Good evening. Welcome to Sharmark. I am your host, Sharmark. First, let me start off by saying Happy New Year to every St. Lucian viewing in St. Lucia, in the United States, whatever part of the world you are, and thank you for viewing. We're going to start off our first show for the year with two beautiful ladies. I think I'm excited. I'm a bit nervous, but I think we have a lot of information for us today because as we know, we have Independence coming, which is on the 22nd of February. And one of our biggest events, I think it's big because it's important. I think every St. Lucian should really highlight or mark that event on your calendar. We have Nobel Laureate Festival coming. Before it used to be week, but it has upgraded. And then we were going to give you a little bit how it started and why I use the word upgraded. Good evening, ladies.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Sharmark.
Yeah.
How
Thank
are
you so
you?
much for
You're
having
most
us.
welcome. Tell us your name and your position in the Nobel Laureate Festival.
Margot Thomas. I have been the National Archivist for the past 32 years.
Oh, wow,
And
congratulations.
I have been with Dame Paulette from the time that she began the Nobel Laureate Week.
Okay, nice.
Because previous to that, it used to be a Nobel Laureate Day.
Oh, that's a while back.
Years back, because we're in our 26th year.
Oh, that means a lot of work have been gone into this.
A lot of work has gone into the celebration of Nobel Laureates.
So, before you started the week, how did you come up with the idea to start off celebrating these two Nobel laureates?
Well, it was actually Sir John Compton's idea.
Oh, wow, what a powerful man.
Yes, and the first chairperson of the committee was Mr. Hunter Foswa. So that's going back years.
Yes, yeah, wow.
Because the children at school now may not even know about Mr. Hunter Foswa, but he was an important figure in our education system.
Interesting.
We have the Hunter Foswa J Library, but then he was the Minister of Education, and the Mon Educational Complex was his idea.
Oh, wow.
Because I went to Teachers College in 1970. And it was at that time that the Mon Educational Complex had been formed the year before.
Wonderful.
So there is a lot that we can learn from our Nobel Laureate Festival. And I always look forward to it because it is a time for educating our people. It's a pity, though, that many people do not take the time to attend the lectures or to view the exhibitions that we normally put on by the archives. And Delia could tell you that we put on wonderful exhibitions.
I can only imagine.
You know, because me personally, I see Nobel Laureate Festival as a time to help our children, our students, and the general public learn, because I believe strongly in lifelong learning. I will tell you later on a little more about the exhibitions that we have planned
So
for this year.
I realized you mentioned the archives. Is the archive somewhere somebody can just walk into to view?
Oh, the archives is a place where we welcome researchers, we welcome clients to come in, because at the archives, and I think, Sharmark, we must have a special show dealing with the National Archives.
I totally agree.
You know, so that our public can understand our mandate, because the archives was established by law. It was in 1993 when Lauren Williams was the Attorney General at the time. And she was the one I spoke with, and then we had the Solicitor General, Mr. Legal from Guyana, and we got our act together.
Nice.
So this act has been there from the beginning.
So basically, anything I would like to know about the
our
history about St. Lucia, I
yes,
can come
about
to the
our
archive.
culture, about our heritage.
And I think if somebody like you, they'll definitely get it. I don't need Google.
Because sometimes you'd be surprised to know that on the web, you get information that is incorrect.
Definitely.
Because people put information on there and they don't have the correct sources, they don't have the correct content.
Yeah, I think, funny enough, you say incorrect. One of the things that troubled me as a St. Lucian is when I Google the St. Lucia flag, I still get two colors. I say that and my skin gets goosebumps. I just find somebody need to regulate it, and then it kind of sends out the bad signal. It's almost like we're confused. We don't have a sense of direction.
This is a very good point. And so Dunstan St. Omer was my friend, and I can say that. And he explained to me about the blue and how it came about. When we were in 1967, St. Lucia got associated statehood with Britain. And the blue of the flag then was the color that is darker. Okay?
Because actually, I saw old video when St. Lucia became independence, and his surgeon was in that video, and that was a flag that was raised with that stated
That
dark
was
blue.
in 67. It was a
Yeah.
dark royal blue.
Yeah.
But then when we were granted independence in 1979, he told me he changed it to a cerulean blue. The cerulean blue is the light blue. So this is where the confusion stems from.
So why did they change the blue? What was the reason?
Well, it was his prerogative, because we had the first flag, which was accepted by the College of Heraldry in England for our associated statehood, and then we had the transition to independence. So he modified it.
Well, maybe his trail of thought would be then the first version. The blue could have been correlating more with the Union Jack.
Yeah, I was even thinking they pulled it out
Because
blue
it's
from
the blue,
the British flag.
the British flag.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
So that to give St. Lucia its own independence and identity,
Yes.
he could have
Yes,
changed the
he
color.
changed the
of
color.
blue.
That kind of made
cerulean
more
blue.
sense.
So
Yeah.
this is why we have this, the dark blue and the light blue. So there is a history behind it.
Yeah, wow. So we
Yes.
have the beautiful Miss Dolor here. Again, welcome. We're happy to see you. What is your position? What is your role in the? Before we came we came on air. You said you have been involved with the Nobel Laureate Committee for the last 7 years. So that means a lot of work has been done. So what is your position? What do you do?
Well, I am the PR and media coordinator for the festival, which means that I try my best to ensure that the nation knows about the festival and try to encourage them to attend the events.
I think you're doing a pretty good job, because I've seen a lot of social media presence for the festival this year online.
There's been a lot of trial and error, and as life goes on, you have to try and do things. Of course, in the days of COVID, we had to change things around to try and reach people in a different way. Then after COVID, we had to change it, because now we could all be together. And still during COVID, we had to, exercise at some point. Some people could come, but some people couldn't because of the distancing. So we have been kind of looking at not just how people hear about us, but what can we produce so people will want to be part of us, will want to come and produce events with us and encourage their people to actually come and visit the events.
And we'll be right back. And that note means Dolor said encourage. So we'll encourage you why you should come to the festival, why you should come to the activities, why you should come to the workshop when we get back. Welcome back. Ms. Dolor, would you like to, how can you encourage somebody viewing as a PR person to come to the lineup of events that you'll have for this year's festival?
When I heard the theme for this year's festival, I thought to myself, that should be we should try to explain it in a different way than we normally do. And the theme for this year's festival is Acclaiming, our Trailblazers, Inspiring Our Nation.
That's a very strong
So the two key words that stood out for me were just Trailblazers and inspiring. And I kind of broke it down. I thought, who is a trailblazer? We all know who a trailblazer is. Who is the inspiration? How do we get inspired? And it's just a responsibility of many people to inspire. It's not just yourself. You need your family, your friends, your teachers, your pastor, your career person, your mentors. It's up to all these people to inspire. So everyone that we look at in terms of celebrating excellence, we're celebrating someone. Initially, of course, we're speaking about our Nobel laureates, but they just didn't become Nobel laureates. They strived in order for them to become, at the height of their professions. So if they're blazing the trail for others to come along, we have so many St. Lucians who are in that. Maybe they're not Nobel laureates at this point in time. They probably will become. And even if they're not, it's about doing the best you can in what you excel in. We're celebrating the excellence of you, whether you are a writer, an economist, whether you're a seamstress, whether you're a baker, whatever it is that you can do well. Once you can do that, let us celebrate it. So if we're going to think of that, and we're going to be thinking about trailblazing and inspiring, I mean, last year, all of St. Lucia celebrated, of course, Julian Alfred. People who didn't even know her, you thought that they knew her.
Yes.
We were celebrating excellence. That's what we were doing. It was just on a different level. It was sports. So I thought, you know what, if we're going to be acclaiming our trailblazers and inspiring our nation, when we start to think about telling everyone what the festival consists of and what type of events, the importance to me is to say to everybody, the Nobel Laureate Festival isn't what people thought it used to be many, many years ago. And I think people think, oh, it was, just full of lectures.
Yeah. So we have a braid, make it more interesting.
Yes, we still have lectures. We have to. We want to. And what I found with the lectures, as we go on, I find that they're becoming more and more interesting. And I find the presenters are speaking in layman terms, but they're speaking like grassroots, and they bring it all up. So it doesn't matter what level of education you have, you will find that you're going to learn something.
And you're going to walk out of the lecture with something.
And you're going to understand something, and you're going to understand why Sir Arthur, has been given his Nobel Prize, and of course Sir Derek.
I like that last part you said. You will understand why, because one of the questions I was thinking about, is it one of the highest awards to receive? How big is that award when you hear you receive a Nobel Prize?
Of course, it's an international, it's a worldwide acclaim. It's not someone who's been given the keys of the city. It's much more than that. And they have set that trail for others to follow. We have so many St. Lucians at home and abroad. I mean, look at Margot. She is a great example. 32 years in National Archives. It doesn't mean that because you don't know her that she's not excellent. Of course, she's excellent at what she does.
Oh,
some people are public people and some people aren't public people, but they still have their excellence. So we are celebrating through the events that she produces. We're celebrating with her. We're celebrating the young people. Some of the events take place in the schools. Some of the public don't know about them, but they're taking place in the schools. There are national awards of excellence. There are choral competitions. There are all these things that happen in the schools. Some events the public can attend and others can't.
And I think the school is a good place to start a lot of the events, because you'll want to instill that in the younger ones to make sure that they can carry it throughout the future.
Definitely, but what you have to think about as well is when the children are at school and they come home, it is also the responsibility of the parent to reinforce that and to encourage them. Definitely. What the teacher said, let us embrace it together. So now we have our Nobel Laureate Festival. Come, let's go to Library on Saturday, the 11th of January.
What's happening in
Jonathan Gladden. Well, we're doing Paint the Village. And we've been doing that for a few years now. So you go to the library.
Like painting the mirrors and the walls and stuff like that.
Well, this year the theme is the public standpipe. So they're going to be painting standpipes.
Oh, interesting.
And what's really interesting about it?
I like going to the standpipe as a child to gossip.
Yeah, but you see, these things, that's why I say it's family. Your child would not have known that perhaps. Yeah. So you can take them to the few that are left in St. Lucia and say, this is what we used to do. Mum used to carry the water on our heads. I know that we do it in the countryside, but it was a way of life then.
Definitely.
And I think that, something like this, apart from bringing your children, we have adults there of all levels of artistry. So I could go, I can't paint to save my life. I can go and enjoy it. And, we have, acknowledged painters and artists there, and everyone's just sit down and they paint and so on. And although it starts in the morning, it starts at around 9:30, 10. If you go in the afternoon, early afternoon, you see people still there
So it's
painting,
like a whole day
enjoying themselves.
activity.
The whole day.
It's like a social activity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then what, Delia, sorry for cutting in,
No,
but
please.
what Jonathan has been doing through the years with the Paint the Village, I think it has inspired people who never knew that they could paint to get involved in painting.
Yeah.
It was like a challenge to some, but now people who have heard about it through the years, what I've noticed, although I've never been, there has been a deeper interest in art because it's a plein air. They're just painting as they see what is there.
Nice.
And he has done a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I was there last year and the year before, but last year they were painting, I think there were portraits of people, and he actually had models.
Oh, nice.
So there were models standing there, and everyone was just painting them. And the year before, it was the houses. There was a particular, you could just go and paint a house.
Yeah, wow.
And you could see the professionals, with their easels and their, Alcina
That sounds
Noli.
very exciting.
It was really nice. And you saw little children sitting, on with their parents. It was beautiful. It's really nice. So I think it's a good way. We were talking about education. I think it's a really great way to, say to your children, come, let's go to the library today. Let's do some painting. But you have to bring your own, your own
painting,
equipment, your
wonderful,
paint or your crayons or your, we say painting, but you can bring your crayons if you want to, and your
Nice.
paper. And
So what is the first activity for the festival? Is there a church
So
service?
this will be the first activity, Jonathan's activity.
Oh, okay. So
And
do you
then
have
the
a church
Sunday
service?
we have the church service.
At which church are we having a church service?
Barrel.
yeah, Mount of
Yes.
Prayer.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and that takes, I think that's 7:45.
Yes.
And then straight after that, we have
a breakfast.
Oh, nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
it is really
Yes.
nice.
With food.
Yes.
It is very, very nice. And I think what I like about that as well is that sometimes you meet people that you haven't seen in a very long time,
yeah.
or you just meet people as new
So
friends.
it's a nice time to network.
It's very
To
nice.
network
Well,
and
nice.
to get to know other
Others,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in a situation like that, do we have a exhibition component of it?
No, you can talk a bit about your
Yeah, the
you'd like to.
exhibition. Oh yes, and exhibitions are very educational, and the archives normally puts up an exhibition during Nobel Laureate week. Or
Okay. We'll be right back and we'll get some more information about the exhibition. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Miss Margot, before we went into commercial, you were speaking about the exhibition. It sounds very interesting. I hope you did not lose your trail of thoughts.
oh no, I haven't lost it. Our exhibition will comprise two different components. We must focus on our Nobel laureates, so we shall be doing that, and we have our own theme every year. I have my own little theme
Miss
for my
Margot, just now,
exhibition.
I realize that after everything you speak there, you're very excited about the exhibition. You're saying it with so much
I never
passion.
misheard it.
Delia can tell you, our exhibitions are always one of a kind. So this year, the archives component of it will be journeying from tallow to computer technology
That should
with
be
the Nobel
interesting. I
laureates.
like that.
Okay? So we are looking at how our Nobel laureates began with the candle. Remember Cities Death by Fire?
Yeah, I've heard of that, yeah.
After that hot gospeler had leveled all but the church sky, I wrote the tale by Tallow of a city's death by fire. Now, I want to use this poem to help our young people, our students understand. In 1948, Walcott called Castries a city. And yet it was not until 1967 when we got associated statehood with Britain that Castries was officially named the city. Why is that?
That's
Come to the exhibition and you will find out.
So you will insist.
And we shall also help our students, because my exhibitions are mainly for our young people, for them to get more knowledge. So we'll see how our social milieu during the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, what it consisted
So you get a
of.
good view of the transition
That's it.
from the candle age to the computer age.
So we're going through the whole transition, and we're going to have exhibits to show them. We're going to show them also the writing implements that our Nobel laureates used. Whenever there is a little, what they call it, lights out, Lucia'S takes the current, it's just as if everybody
I know.
have what they call it, buakase.
It's like the world is ending.
As if
yes.
the world has ended.
Yes.
But in the days of our Nobel laureates, there was a time when there was no electricity.
Yeah. I think people use that time to do storytelling and all things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But out of all of that, I'm excited. Where is the venue for that
Good
exhibition?
question. The venue will be the town hall. We'll have it for a week and a half in the town hall, and then we'll take it up to the archives.
Oh, nice. So what time are we looking at?
We're looking at 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the
That's
afternoon.
good time. That's good time.
You know, because, and we want the students to come. We want them to see what Castries was like, and they only had the gas light.
Oh, nice.
They had the lamps. Our children don't know about those things.
Oh, no.
They don't know about the pens, fountain pens.
Quills.
That's the pens.
The
You dip it in the ink
quills,
and
yeah.
in the movies.
And the
yes,
quills.
Makes your handwriting
Yes.
nicer.
Very
I think.
nice.
You understand? And so we're going to show them
So
the
you actually
transition.
have one of those you can
Yeah,
see?
we have the
Okay.
and the
Oh, nice.
typewriter and the, you know, because
Yes.
our children don't know about those things.
No.
Or well, I'm being general, because
Yeah.
there will be some who do.
Yes.
But the majority, I
Same,
should say,
same.
do not know.
Yeah.
So we want to use it as a
Or
time
maybe
to
even though they
educate
know
them.
of it, they maybe never actually seen a physical one. So I think that would make the experience
Right.
different. Yeah.
You know, and then now, apart from our own little part of the exhibition, the Swedish Council will be having their own, exhibition where they focus in on Sweden's role, because, Sweden and Norway are the two countries that are involved in the Nobel Prizes and the awards and so on.
Interesting.
You
So
see,
that's
so
a
it
very
is a
interesting.
Yes, and they're also going to be doing a lecture, aren't they?
Yes, a young man who built wooden windmills will be coming to St. Lucia to give a lecture at the Finance Center 10:30 on the Nobel Laureate Day, 23rd.
And it's open to the
But
public.
our exhibition will be on the 22nd. That will be the opening.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So
at
is
the
there
town hall.
Is there, ladies, is there a website or is there a social media handle you can go on to get a full itinerary for the Nobel Laureate Festival?
Yes, if you go to @Nobel Laureate Festival St. Lucia, spelt it all in full, @Nobel Laureate Festival St. Lucia. That's the Facebook handle. And if you want us to send you copies of the program, it is info at Nobel Laureate Festival St. Lucia.com. And also you can text us at 284-2111. That's courtesy of one of our sponsors, Flow. That's 284-2111. And we will send you the program. We just have so many things, we just can't go through them all.
Okay, but we
that's
said
that's all the
sponsors,
information.
and then I think you have more sponsors. I think it's a good opportunity that
Yes.
we don't make the sponsors jealous.
Well, we have the Bank of St. Lucia. They have been with us for many years.
nice. That's beautiful.
Yes, we have the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. and of course the government of St. Lucia. Without them, we would not have the
I
festival.
think I
would
saw you
not
had a
have
logo
grown.
for a credit union also.
Yes, we do have the Library Cooperative Credit Union,
nice.
and some of the
Congratulations.
events have their own particular sponsors as
Sponsors.
well. But the sponsors I've just mentioned are the ones who have been with us throughout the years and have helped us
Nice.
to grow.
Yes. Wow. Okay, well, we're going to wrap up in a little bit, but before we wrap up, I must say thank you so much. I think this show is going to be I think was very interesting for my first show for 2025. But before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to just let us know that we think we should know for the Nobel Laureate Festival that I don't want to miss out?
Well, if you're talking about events, as I said, there's just so many of them we can't. It depends on what you like. If you like drama, we have drama productions. St. Mary's College always put on something really wonderful.
That's at the Cultural Center?
Yes, at the Cultural Center. We have Cantilla Louis, she's going to be having a production, Silver Shadows. We've got productions like that with Barry George. So we've got those things, and then we have the St. Mary's, the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. They have at least 8 events, ranging from a wreath-laying ceremony. We also have Sir Lady Lewis is actually going to be interred with Sir Arthur. That's a big thing that I don't like to just phrase it through. We have the wreath-laying ceremony. There's so many things going on. So the best thing
I
to
like
do
the
is
wreath ceremony is going to be done at the square.
No, at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. That is where both our laureates have been laid to rest.
Oh, nice.
In case people don't know that. So there's just so much, we just can't go through it all. But the last thing I would like to say is that the Nobel Laureate Festival Committee, we always welcome ideas from anyone and everyone, whether it's an organization, whether it's an individual. If you're stuck and you think, well, I don't really know what to do, but I think we should have an event on fishing, then contact us.
I like that.
If you know what you want to do, but you need some help, contact us. Whatever we can do to assist, we will do.
So basically you're involved in St. Lucia in general.
Yes, we plan year round. We don't just do this in January and February and disappear. All year round we are planning, we are trying to put the productions together. So we welcome at any time. People can call us again, 284-2111.
Yes. And Sharmark, just before you end, I would like to say that Nobel Laureate Festival is a time for inspiration.
I like that.
The only Caribbean island which has two Nobel laureates. You know, and it makes me feel proud to be a St.
I think it's a big thing.
It is a big thing.
It's a huge thing.
You know, Australia has only 2. And
Okay, let me
Australia is
just say that quickly to you. In the UK, the only black consultant oculoplastic surgeon. Now, this is a surgeon that deals with the eyes, removing eyes, eye cancer.
He's a St. Lucian. I saw that on the page.
And where is he from?
St. Lucia.
Yeah, but where in St. Lucia would you say he'd be? Soufrière.
Soufrière.
He was born in Soufrière, and now he's
like me.
And he is. I didn't know that. He is in the UK, blazing the trail for St. Lucia in the UK.
Wonderful.
That's what celebrating excellence is all about. We don't have to be
I
at
know to
home
invite your
everywhere.
girls over so we can have tea and money because that looks like there's a lot to talk about. Yes, but thank you so much. It was nice meeting
Thank you.
Wonderful.
The pleasure
Thank
was
you.
all mine. Thank you so much. St. Lucia, as you heard it, so tune in on the Facebook page, and then I think we need to get some more information. Go to the Central Library, get some information. I think it's a good opportunity to get the children involved in the Nobel Laureate Week because it's ours, so let's embrace it. Thank you. Have a good evening.